My brother called the police on my 10-year-old son. He said my son stole his $15,000 watch. My parents took his side. The police took my son away. At the station, the real thief was exposed. What I did next destroyed their careers. My brother Victor has always been the golden child. He's an investment analyst downtown. He collects luxury watches and brings them up constantly. Tells you the model, the year, the value. That's who Victor is. My son Elijah is 10. He's quiet. He reads comic books and builds Legos. He has never stolen anything in his life. He's the kid who finds money on the ground and asks me whose is it. Last month, my parents hosted a Sunday dinner. Everyone was there. My parents, Victor, his wife Janelle, me, and Elijah. After dinner, Elijah was in the living room reading while the adults were in the kitchen. Victor went to get something from the guest room where he'd left his jacket. He came back white-faced. My watch is gone. Everyone stopped talking. He said the Rolex was in his jacket pocket. He said he put it there before dinner because the clasp was loose and he didn't want to wear it. Now the pocket was empty. He looked around the room. Then he looked at me. Then he looked toward the living room where Elijah was sitting. He said, "Where's your son?" I said, "He's reading." He said, "I want to check his bag." I said, "Absolutely not." He said, "A $15,000 watch doesn't just disappear. Someone in this house took it, and the only person who was alone in that room was Elijah." I said, "My son didn't steal your watch." My dad stepped in. "Just let him check the bag. It'll clear Elijah's name." I said no, because checking the bag means you already think he did it. My mom said nobody's accusing anyone, but we need to find the watch. Victor was already on the phone. He called the police. He told them a minor in the household had stolen a $15,000 luxury watch and he wanted to press charges. I heard him say the words, "A minor, press charges," against my 10-year-old son over a watch he didn't take. 2 officers showed up in 20 minutes. Victor told them Elijah was the only one near the jacket and that I refused to let them search his bag. The officers asked to speak to Elijah. I said he's 10 years old. They went into the living room. He was sitting on the couch holding his comic book. He looked terrified. They asked him if he touched anyone's jacket. He said no. They asked if he went into the guest room. He said no. They asked to look in his backpack. I said only if I'm present. They opened it. Comic books, a juice box, a Lego set, no watch. Victor said he probably hid it somewhere else. Check the couch cushions, the bathroom, check his pockets. They patted my son down. My 10-year-old son stood in his grandparents' living room while 2 officers patted him down. He started crying. He looked at me and said, "Mommy, I didn't take anything." I know, baby. My mom was standing in the doorway. She said nothing. My dad was next to Victor nodding along. One of the officers said they'd need to take Elijah to the station for a formal statement since the item was valued over $10,000. I said he's a child. They said a parent can accompany him. I rode with Elijah to the station. He held my hand the entire way. He didn't say a word. At the station, they took his statement. He told them exactly what he told them at the house. He didn't go in the guest room. He didn't touch the jacket. He sat on the couch and read. While we were at the station, Victor called. He said they found the watch. I said where? He went quiet. Janelle found it in her purse. She said she grabbed it off the table before dinner because she thought it was too close to the edge. She forgot she put it there. She forgot. Janelle forgot she put a $15,000 watch in her purse and said nothing while her husband called the police on a 10-year-old. Said nothing while they patted him down. Said nothing while he cried. I took Elijah home. I gave him a bath. I made him hot chocolate. I sat on his bed until he fell asleep. Then I went to my office and opened my laptop. Victor works at a firm that requires all employees to maintain clean records and pass annual background checks. My parents both work for the county. My dad is a building inspector. My mom works in the clerk's office. I filed a formal police report against Victor for filing a false report against a minor. I contacted his firm's compliance department outlining that a senior analyst called law enforcement on a 10-year-old based on zero evidence. I contacted the county ethics board regarding my parents' conduct. I didn't warn any of them. Victor was put on administrative leave within 2 weeks. His firm launched an internal review. My dad was flagged for an ethics inquiry that delayed his pension review. My mom was reassigned to a different department while her complaint was processed. My parents called me hysterical. "You're destroying this family over a misunderstanding." I said, "You watched my son get patted down by police and did nothing. That's not a misunderstanding." Elijah still asks me if the police are coming back. He's 10. He shouldn't have to ask that.